day, 1.5 hours in the morning, and 1.5 hours now the opportunity to be in service of you all. But mainly Surya Namaskar. I do 39 of them every day, and with the evening class, it's gone up to 52 every day. So Surya Namaskar really energizes your body, brings in tejas into you. It helps your brahmacharya. It makes your body very fit. Your mind is kept very stable. Your intelligence is sharpened because the entire body is in good shape, not because of the intelligence is really sharpened by reading Shastra. But it helps intelligence when the body is in good shape, your prana, your breathing patterns are good. So um, for people who are joining uh, newly, I would request them to look at this class. It might go a little fast, but if they just even observe what's going on, and then I will send you the, the second video. The first video is the theory part of the entire concept of yoga, and bhakti and karma and jnana all mixed together, and how yoga fits in perfectly. This it's completely theory. There is no live yoga class, as in Hatha Yoga. It is about Hatha Yoga being a part of all uh, four main streams of yoga: bhakti, karma, jnana, and raja yoga. Hatha Yoga, of course, as a means to get there. And second day, I very slowly introduced the class to each and every step in the first three phases of the first part of the two parts of yoga, which is manasika siddhate, that is calming down the mind. Second is the breathing process, calming down the breathing process, steadying the bringing the mind. The first part is bringing the mind to being in the present, not past, not future. That's the first part. The second part is steadying the breath, and the third part is exercising all the joints and muscles, mainly the joints. So that's the first part of warm up, and then you have a little bit of running to exercise your entire body after the first part of the warm up, and then we go into the namaskaras, and then the asanas, and then we rest, and then we do pranayama. Now that takes 2 hours, so we are going to do 1.5 hours initially, just doing the asana part and the namaskara part, not the pranayama. Sometime and as much as we can push ourselves to do all of this in 1 hour, then we can take up to pranayama, because that requires us to be resting for 10 minutes, and then we take up to pranayama. Even 10 minutes of pranayama, 5 minutes of a break is fine. So in 1 hour 15 minutes, if we can do most of the warm up, and then the namaskaras, the asanas, and if we can complete that much, then we can take to uh, pranayama. So all of this has been explained in the second class in detail, especially the first part. So those who have joined, if they have joined, just over the last 2 days, a couple of people have joined the WhatsApp group, and then one person has joined just now. I don't know whether he's online or not, but whoever has joined new, they can look at the second day's class, which I will send them. And uh, every step has been explained in detail. And now we will proceed to the Manasika Siddhate. Let's all sit in a posture that is convenient for us. Vajrasana is the best of all asanas. But whichever asana it may be, make sure that your back is straight. Let there be no bend, forward or backward. Let it be straight. Let your hands be resting on your thighs in Drona Mudra, that is palms down. Let there be deliberate smile on your face, which is hard for me to come by, but I try. And that's because it really affects your mood. And the idea is to do this yoga in a very happy mood, in a light way, not too serious. And finally, let's all close our eyes. Let's keep all the ideas and thoughts and worries of the mind away. Let's try to be in the present without thinking of past and future. Let's be in the present. Let's observe all the sounds that are external to our bodies. The playing of some music in the far distance, the sound of some vehicles, sound of insects, some dogs barking, and slowly let's look within our bodies, all that is happening. The breathing, the digestive system and its work, blood flowing through all parts of our body, beating of the heart and the pulse rate. Let us observe this in Sakshi Bhav. Sakshi Bhav means as a third person, as a neutral party. Let the soul observe all this that is happening in the body without being attached to the body or thinking that the soul is the body. Trying to use our viveka, khyati, means to understand first with viveka that the soul is different from the body and the soul can look upon the body as something, as an instrument, not as itself. And not only to know this knowledge, but to khyati, means to experience this. So viveka khyati is one of the means to achieve liberation, moksha. Eya, hetu, ana, anupaya. This is called the Chaturvyuha of yoga. I will explain that in detail later, but for now, anupaya means the means to achieve liberation, and that is viveka khyati, that is to use our intelligence to discriminate between body and soul and to observe the body and all the external happenings and the internal happenings as a distant third party observer, neutral observer. And so this is called yoga sthiti. And for us to achieve this state of yoga, let us place our mind in the middle of two eyebrows and take shelter of complete silence, mauna. In the middle of that darkness, one may feel as we are stooped in ignorance. Let us feel the brightness of that gracious Lord, Sri Krishna. And with a lot of love and affection, progressive mentality, with devotion, in a mood of surrender, let us first join our palms together and chant Omkara 3 times, followed by Guru Mantra and Shanti Mantra. Let us take a deep breath, Puraka, and chant for the Omkara. Take first Rechaka and then a deep breath, Puraka. Ah. Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadidamastu ma vidvishamahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let's bow down and consider keeping very little for ourselves and giving everything else to others. And because our body is an instrument, let us pray for strength for our body, peace for our mind, sharpness in our intelligence, devotion for our emotions, and liberation for our soul. Slowly coming up, let's rub both palms together, generate some heat, and spread that heat all over our body. Let's again bring our palms together, open our eyes, and thinking of the Trishakti in our palms. Karagare vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhye Saraswati, Karamudi Sita Gauri. Prabhate Karadarshanam. Let us take a vow to do good deeds with these hands. And with this promise, let's move forward in our sadhana. Hari Om. So this is Manasika Siddhate. We have done the first part. Now we bend forward, and for those who have joined new, please, I'm going to send you the second day's video, and you can see. I'm going to do this a little fast. This is Udara Shwasa, where you breathe through your lower abdomen and your chest remains steady. Your side straight in front. Urashwasa. Now it's only the upper thoracic movement. The chest comes in and out, and the abdomen, the lower abdomen, remains steady. The third is Griva Shwasa, that is breathing through your neck, almost the top upper thoracic region. And in that sthiti, you just feel the stretch on the lower side of your upper arms. Breathe 3 times. Bring the hands up again and down. Now let's do this set of 6 different positions. Observe and do. It's better you observe if you're doing it for the first time. Palms down. Hands sideward. Palms up. Hands in front. Palms out. Palms facing out. In front of chest. In front of forehead. Above head. Palms facing up. Palms facing down above forehead. Palms in front of forehead. Palms in front of chest. Keep your hands down. Observe. And when you observe the changes in the body, the breathing patterns, and mostly and most importantly, your breath alone should be the focus. And of course, the changes in the body because of that. Now let's move on to Marjala Shwasa, Adho Mukha Vajrasana, and from there, Marjala Sthiti. Let's do Marjala Shwasa. Bend your back, concave. Feel the stretch in your backbone. This is one good exercise for your intervertebral muscles. Now you stretch yourself like a cat. Pull your back all the way up so that you form an arch like a camel. Now like a cow, like a camel, like a cow, like a cat. The arch is like a camel, but the stretch is like a cat. And let's Move our left hand out in front and right leg back for a stretch. Move your ankles. If you have been sitting in Vajrasana for some time, through the Manasika Siddhate, keep your left hand back and right leg in place. Move your right hand up and the left leg back and do the same thing. Move your feet and ankles and make sure you don't have any feeling of numbness. Come back. Now go back to Shwana, Shwasa, Siddhate, Siddha, Kuru. Stava. Now right hand Adi Mudra, that is thumb inside, 4 fingers up on top of the thumb. Move it back and hold it with the left hand. Hold the right wrist with the left hand. Move back in Puraka. Move front in Rechaka. Change hands. Now observe. Come up on your knees. Raise your hands. Now come up all the way on your right leg, right feet, taking the support of your left feet. Just raise yourself up. Now let's get ready for our Kriyatmaka Abhyasa. So you keep your fingers, thumbs joining behind your back and your fingers on the waist, like that. And let's do what is called Prashni Sandhi Chalane, which is movement of the ankles. Janu Sandhi Chalane, which is like this. Guru Sandhi Chalane. Kati Sandhi Chalane. Take a deep breath. Go back in Rechaka, stay there for some time, come back up in Puraka and go down in Rechaka again, stay there for some time. Feel the hamstring stretched when you go down in front. And similarly, when you go back, feel the stretch in your back bone, spine. Puraka, Rechika, and this bending backwards is the beginning of or the prerequisite for Chakrasana. So bend as much as possible. Now, let's do Parshvakati Chalane. Baddha Anguli. The hands go down. Now, let's do our shoulder movements. That was Kati after the waist movement. Then it was the shoulder movements. Now the elbow movements. Hands palms down. Now the wrist movements. Now your finger movements. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Similarly, palms facing backwards. Relax for a couple of seconds. So now let's do the Brahmana. Hands again behind your back. Prashni Sandhi Brahmana. Clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Now. Jhana Sandhi Brahmana. Guru Sandhi Brahmana. Kati Sandhi Brahmana. Kanda Sandhi Brahmana, 3 types. First type. Third type. Kurpura Sandhi Brahmana. The only the elbows should be stuck. The elbow should not move. The elbow should be stuck and only the hands should move like that. That is the movement for the elbows. So if we move both full hand like that, then the shoulders are getting movement. So this is movement for elbows only, like that, and then again anti-clockwise. Now, that was Kurpura Sandhi Brahmana. Now this is Mani Sandhi Brahmana. If you do it right, you get some burps, which is good because excess air in your body is released. Now, Hastanguli Sanchalane, only the fingers should be shaking, not the hands, only fingers. Now, Merudanda Parivarta Paribramana. So, with the muscles of your feet, legs, calf muscles, the thigh, inner thigh, outer thigh, hamstrings, all pulled up, pulled up, pulled up, the stomach going in, the chest coming out, and then only move, keep your legs tight and only move your upper body, move it this way. You take a deep breath first, and while moving back, you exhale. Okay. Now, Hasta Bahu Parshva Chalane, Siddha, Kuru. Now, keep your fingers interlocked behind your back, and let's do just Griva Chalane, that is just the neck movement. In Puraka, you go back, Rechaka, you come up, Puraka, you bend forward, only from the neck region. Then to the left. Left. And then complete circle. Anti-clockwise. Now, let's do Netra Chalana. Let your eyes be made extremely wide. Make your eyes very wide. And let's go up, middle, down, up in Puraka, middle, Rechaka, down, Puraka. Like that, we'll go up to down, and then left top corner to right bottom corner, then from right bottom top corner to left bottom corner in X shape, then from left to right, and then rotation clockwise, anti-clockwise. Let's do these 4 things first. Next is Vartulakar. Let's follow that the right eye follow the right finger, left eye follow the left finger. Let the eyes be made very big. Let's just rub our eyes a little bit with our middle fingers and take a small 10-second break. Now let's go to the next step, which is Namaskaras. So let's move to our north direction. Let's face north and start with Ganapati Namaskara. Oh, Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Danti Prachodayat. Let's keep enough distance between our feet. For those who cannot sit with your heels touching the floor, and if you can touch your heels to the floor, you can keep your feet together. If you can touch your heels to the floor all the way down in Ganapati Namaskar, which is sit-ups, then you can do it that way. Otherwise, you can keep a distance, some distance between your feet and do Ganapati Namaskara. Let's do it 21 times. While sitting down, you take deep breath. While coming back up, you leave your breath. And you do this in Kechari Mudra, that is the tongue rolled up and inwards, and 21 times. Siddha. Kuru. It's 21 times. Let's observe the breath. It has become a little steep. Put on the light.
Not made, huh? Not made.
Huh?
Duplicate P.
No.
Okay.
I'll do.
So that.
I'll get that made. Okay. So let's move on to Surya. The first today is Wednesday. So today I'll introduce you to a new namaskara called Vishnu Namaskara. Let's go down in 5 or 3 steps. 1, 2, and 3. Let's sit down in Vajrasana and Vishnu Namaskara is Namaskara for each one of those 10 avatars, starting with Matsya, then Kurma, Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana, Parshurama, Rama, Krishna, Buddha, and Kalki. So all these 10, we are going to do namaskaras to, paying obeisances to them. Today is Wednesday. Wednesdays we do Vishnu Namaskara. Mondays we do Chandra Namaskara. Tuesdays Skanda Namaskara. Wednesday is Vishnu Namaskara. Thursday is Shiva Namaskara. Friday is Durga Namaskar. Saturday is Hanuman Namaskar. Sunday is Surya Namaskar. But Surya Namaskar we do all alone. And Sunday actually we do all Namaskaras together. So let's today, this is the first time I'm going to do this Vishnu Namaskar in front of you all. So first let's put our palms together in Namaskar Mudra. And all of us together, if you know the mantra, you wouldn't, so you can just follow, you can listen. It's very simple, one-liner, but the bhava is important. Om Narayanaaya Vidmahe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishnum Prachodayat. Bend down to pay our obeisances to the Supreme Lord. And let's move on with all the 10 Namaskaras, which forms one Vishnu Namaskara. So the first one is, please observe carefully. The first one is Matsya Avatara, wherein you put a Padma, you sit in Padmasana and you go back down and bring your feet completely resting on the floor and say, Om Namo Matsyavattarine Namaha. And then you change your feet. First was right, now first you can put your left feet up and right feet later. Om Shri Matsyavattarine Namaha. That's Matsya. Come back up. Do the Kurma Avatara. It's very simple. Oh. It's like, I think this came out. So Kurma Avatara is the boar shape. The Kurma Avatara is, this is Varaha. So Kurma Avatara is one of the more difficult ones. So let's first do some stretching forward so we can bend a little. So in Kurma Avatara, actually, you widen your feet like this and then take your arms from below and try to touch your head to the floor. Now that may take some time. Om Shri Kurma Avattarine Namaha. And actually you're supposed to go turn your hands like this. Stretch yourself like that and then turn like this. And then turn your hands like this and go completely down. That is Kurma Avatara. But don't try it now, slowly. We can all do it someday. Then you go to Varaha Avatara. That is anyway Kurmasana. And this is Varaha Avatara. Om Shri Varaha Avtarine Namaha. You just move from one side to another. Then is Narsimha Avtara. Look at the feet position. Right feet above the left and sitting on right feet above the left in Vajrasana. Keeping your hands forward like that and doing a Simha Garjane. The Simha Garjane is basically done like this. Then you sit with your left feet on the right and you move your hands, palms inwards and do the same. And you do the Simha Garjane like a roar, like a lion, taking out all the carbon dioxide out of your body. That is Simha Garjane. Next, after Narsimhadev is Vamana. In Vamana Avtara, you take your left feet and keep it on the right. And because your right leg is similarly, you keep your right leg on the left. And so with your left leg straight, you keep your left hand straight and turn your right hand around your left. And again say, Om Shri Varaha Avtarine Namaha. Sorry. Om Shri Vamana Avtarine Namaha. Then you come back up and take your right three fingers, pull it with your left hand and say, Om Shri Parashram Avtarine Namaha. Go to the left side, forward with your left fingers, pull it with the right hand. Om Shri Parashuram Avtarine Namaha. And then Rama Avtara. Take two fingers, hold your toe, and let your thumb be up. And similarly, with your left leg and left hand, and take your right leg as much behind to your almost close to your ears as possible and say Shri Rama Avtarine Namaha. Similarly here, Om Shri Rama Avtarine Namaha. Left, the thumbs let it be on top, like you're holding the bow and an arrow. That is Rama Avtara. Now Krishna Avtara. Just observe. Krishna Avtara, you take the left toe and touch it to your lips. Om Shri Krishna Avtarine Namaha. Take the left toe and touch it to your lips. Om Shri Krishna Avtarine Namaha. Then, after Krishna Avtara is immediately Buddha Avtara. You take your right leg, keep it under your groin, keep your left leg, and just let the heels of the left leg be on top of the heels of the, or little on the side of the right leg. Keep your right hand on top of the left hand with the thumbs touching each other and hands placed on the groin and pushing a little in. Om Buddha Avtarine Namaha. Change the feet positions. Left leg down, right leg on top, left hand on top and right hand a bit below, the thumbs touching each other and your hands pushing down into the groin. Om Shri Buddha Avtarine Namaha. Now, the last one is Kalki Avatara. You please observe this carefully. The body is going to be in Viparita Karadi. That is, the thorax is going to be on the floor. The legs are going to turn up like this and bend the other way. So just observe this. As much as possible you can do, otherwise you can do Sarvangasana. It is Sarvangasana with a slight variation. So this is Sarvangasana. Now, what you do is you hold your back properly and let your feet go forward and say, Om Shri Kalki Avatarine Namaha. A little difficult. Uh, Finally, Parashruti mantra we'll do after Surya Namaskar. Now, let's get ready for Surya Namaskar. After finishing Surya Namaskara, we will do the Parashruti mantra for the Vishnu Namaskara also. So, let's do Surya Namaskar together. Let's do 12 of them. If I do it fast, you may not have, you need not do it fast. You may simply do it at your own speed. The most important thing is to maintain your breathing pattern. As I said in the past few classes and demonstrated also, that whenever you move to the next pose, there are 15 poses here, some of them repeating, 9 of them repeating, and 9 of them new poses, all different poses, and then 6 of them are repeating. So all through, whenever you do one pose, you take, it's always alternative. So first time when you take in the first pose, when you take a deep breath in Puraka, the second pose is going to be in Rechaka. Follow closely your breathing pattern. Please do not take your breathing lightly. Follow your breathing pattern properly. And let's chant the mantra together if you have followed it until now. O Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukham Tattvam Pushanna Pavruno Satya Dharma Yadrishtaye Diyayas Sada Savitra Mandala Madhyavarti Narayani Sarsijasana Sannivishtaha Keyuravan Makarakundalavan Kiriti Hari Hiranmaya Vapudhrita Shankachakraha Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. Samastiti. Urdhva Namaskarasana. Uttanasana. Ekapada Prasarnasana. Adhomukha Svanasana. Chadangasana. Ashtanga Pranipatasana. Bhujangasana. Adhomukha Svanasana. Ekapada Prasarnasana. Uttanasana. Urdhva Namaskarasana. Samastiti. Namaskar Sthiti. Om Reem Ravaye Namaha. Now I'm going to do it a little faster. You please do not follow the speed. You perform the Surya Namaskar 12, 13 times at your own speed. If you don't know the mantra, that is fine, but do it at your own speed. Again and again, I'm going to say the same thing. For every step that you do, you make sure that your breathing pattern is perfect. If you cannot finish that breathing in fully, you wait till you can breathe in fully, then go to the next step, breathe out fully. Then as much as you can take, breathe in and breathe out properly and fully. Your lungs are all expanded and all contracted. And that is when you can go to the next step and the next step. Do not look at me and compete, nor look at others on the screen and compete with any. You just have to be in within yourself. You have to manage your speed, and your speed is to be managed by the amount of the time it takes for you to take oxygen in fully and time it takes for you to leave out oxygen. So you have to synchronize your moves to your breathing patterns. You can look at me just for a little bit of clarification. And let's start. Om Reem Ravaye Namaha. Samasthiti. Om Hroom Suryaya Namaha. Om Raim Banave Namaha. Om Raum Khagaya Namaha. Om Raha Ushne Namaha. Om Ram Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Hri Marichaye Namaha. Om Rum Adityaya Namaha. Om Hraim Savitre Namaha. Om Raum Arkhaya Namaha. Om Raha Bhaskaraya Namaha. Om Om Shri Savitra Surya Narayana Namaha. Palashutri mantra. Adityasa namaskaran ekuruvanti dine dine आयु प्रज्ञा बलम वीर्यम तेजस तेषां च जायते ओम नमो भगवते सूर्य नारायणाय ओम नमो भगवते सूर्य नारायणाय ओम नमो भगवते सूर्य नारायणाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. In the same position we can take 3 rounds saying Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika, Klesha, let us not be a victim of, and so we pray to Mahalakshmi. Samudravasane Devi, Parvatastana Mandale, Vishnupatni Namastubhyam, Pada Sparsham Shamasvame. We ask her forgiveness for all the foolish mistakes that we do. We are unpardonable, having taken birth in Kali Yuga. Offensive mentality all the time. So we ask her for forgiveness. She is our mother. She can understand our situation with the body and Maya, that is Duratyaya. And so she is always kind enough to recommend our names to great Lord Sri Krishna. Hari Om. So let's sit down in 3 sittings. 1, 2, 3. And come back on Vajrasana. It's around 48, 10 minutes to go. Just maybe do some backward bending asanas, because we have done a lot of forward bending. Now let's do Supta Vajrasana. That is, we just go back, take the support of our, in Vajrasana, we take the support of our elbows, and go back and sleep all the way back on our backs, and take our hands back. Then slowly we come back up with the help of our elbows. That is Supta Vajrasana. As soon as we do Supta Vajrasana, when we go back, we go front also. This is Adho Mukha Vajrasana. Let us do some of the exercises such as Gomukhasana. Again, one knee over the other. Whichever knee is on top, take that arm up, and whichever knee is the bottom, let that hand be the bottom. Let's try to hold both our fingers together, face and eyes straight forward. Hands up, down, and change the position of the feet. Left leg up, so left hand up, right hand down and up from below. Uraka, Rechaka, Uraka, Rechaka. Now let's do the Paschimasana. With keeping your hands, and just like you do Namaskar in front, you do Namaskar from behind. Take your hands up and up and up. Stay in that position. Widen your chest. Take your shoulders behind. Five breaths. Let go. Feel the feel the pressure in your shoulders. I have my right shoulder stuck, so I feel good about my right shoulder being a little loosened up. These are very important asanas, and take a short few second break. Let us try to do Ushtrasana. Let's get up to our knees. And Ushtrasana is if you can keep your feet together and touch your hands from behind, it's okay. If you cannot, you widen your feet a little bit. Take your right hand and touch your heels. Take the left hand and touch your heels, and then take 5 deep breaths. Come back up. Ushtrasana. Very good for your back. Rest for a few seconds. Always rest for a few seconds and observe the changes due to every asana in your body. Let us do Parigasana on your knees. Take your right leg to the right. Keep your right hands, slide them palm up, downwards, 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 keeping your left hand up and trying to bring that left hand all the way up your up and up, and then all the way down, and try to touch your right arm. Come back up. Bring your knees together. Take your left knee out. Do the same thing on the left side. Come back up. Now, let's do Shirsasana. Get together. On the head, you can use the support of your wall, and you can do it against the wall. That's the safest. If you can't do it by yourself without any support, please take wall support, because if you do it without support, you should know how to fall on your toes and not on your back, because you may hurt your back, and hence it is always best to do this with the support of the wall. You don't come up after coming down from Shirsasana. You don't immediately raise your body, raise your upper thorax. Rather, you can very quickly go down and do your Sarvangasana. Then go back, Halasana. Again back to Sarvangasana. So 2 minutes to go. So let's finally do the, chant the yoga mantra together. Om Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacha Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjalim Ranatosmin Avahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasidharinam Sahasrashirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Just bow down at the feet of Patanjali Mahamuni. All the elders, Ishta Devata, Sthana Devata, Mata, Pita, and the soldiers who are protecting us on the borders, the farmers who are bringing us our daily grains, and all the people who are serving society and the Lord in Nishkama, Karma Yoga, and Bhakti, those who are spreading jnana, yoga, and to everyone who is doing their duties for the benefit of others. Let us pay our obeisances to everyone. And then finally, Lord Sri Krishna. Let us slowly rub our palms together. Keep them on our eyes. I make the eye movements up and down, crosswise, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Slowly move our hands out, open our eyes, and remember the three Shaktis in our hand, the palms of our hand. Chant the Kara mantra. Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhye Saraswati, Karamule Sita Gauri, Prabhate Karadarshanam. Hari Om. So I thank the Samiti for giving me an opportunity to hold this session today. Hare Krishna. So that's today's session. Today we got to see a new Namaskara, which is Vishnu Namaskara. If there's any questions, you can raise your hands and ask your questions. I hope that if there's no questions, then we can conclude for the day. Nice to see you, Giri sir, and few others. I think from the Holi, everyone is stoned with bhang because I see only 6 people today. And so hope to see the rest tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Hari Hari. Hari Hari. Let's